This video is brought to you by Dr. Kristen R. Bromley's Guitar Method Book Series and Online Music Academy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kristen Bromley. Welcome to my online academy. I'm delighted to have you here with me. In this quick answer episode, I'm going to talk about how we do the Travis pick on the guitar. So, if you need help with finger picking in general, the technique, check out my quick answer video on that. If you're looking for just patterns that work great in 4/4 time, then check out my quick answer video on that, where you get 4 different patterns. This actually makes a 5th pattern for 4/4 time. There's also a quick answer video for 6/8 time and 3/4 time. So lots of help getting going, I should say, with finger plucking out those arpeggios on the guitar. The Travis pick comes to us really, it's kind of a banjo technique really that we've sort of implemented onto guitar, which is a great sound. And we'll talk about how to do it. Just a reminder, P equals thumb. When we see that P, we're going to use our thumb. I equals index, so we're going to pluck with the index when we see that. M equals middle, we're going to pluck with the middle finger when we see that. And A equals ring, we're going to pluck with the ring finger when we see the A. This, with the Travis pick, we don't use the A, so we could just erase that one off of there, but that's the standard setup. Now, we're also going to see with the Travis pick that we're going to be sort of going outside of how we use the thumb a little bit. But I will explain that when we get there. Our index finger is going to pluck the 3rd string like normal, and our middle finger is going to pluck the 2nd string like normal. Ring finger would pluck the top string if it was used, but it's not. And so we're going to have that until we get to 4-string chords, and we'll talk about that. But mostly we're in standard position, and then if we have a 4-string chord like a D chord, which I have in our practice progression, G, E minor, C, and D, just so we can see how we handle that, we're actually going to change up what strings our fingers and thumb are plucking. But let's first look at the Travis pick. What makes it sort of unique compared to, say, the arpeggio patterns that we do all the time on guitar with fingerstyle is that our thumb is going to pluck the bass note of the chord. Usually the thumb plucks the bass note of the chord. That is the case. When we see the capital letter P, we're going to be plucking the bass note of the chord. So for G, that means when I say the bass note, that means that we're going to pluck the lowest note of the chord. So for G, we're going to be plucking that low 6th string. For C, the 5th string. For D, the 4th string. And for E minor, the 6th string. Now the D chord in and of itself with the Travis pick, we have to sort of set aside. We'll talk about it, but we're going to look at how to do the other chords. So whenever we're doing the Travis pick and we have a chord that is only on the top 4 strings, we have to treat it slightly different. And I'll explain that in a minute. But first, besides having our thumb pluck the bass note, it's actually going to alternate with another note, so an alternate note. So the lowercase p, which is here and here, beats 2 and 4, is going to pluck the 4th string. It always plucks the 4th string. So that's just how it goes, except on our 4-string chords. Then it actually plucks the 3rd string, and we'll talk about when they get there. So looking at E minor, if I was looking at E minor, I'm going to have a pinch with the thumb and the middle fingers. So I'm just going to go ahead and play those, and it gets a whole quarter note's worth of time. So 1 and then my thumb, my lowercase p, has to grab the 4th string, whatever is at that string. E minor, I got to put a finger down. And then I've got my index. So if we just do the first half, pinch, thumb, index, pinch, thumb, index. So my thumb is alternating to that 4th string. 4th string. So it plays the bass note as usual, and then it's alternating. So that's the first half of the pattern. The second half goes bass note with the big P. Then we're going to go with the middle, and then we got to pluck the 4th string with that lowercase p, and then back to the index. So thumb, middle, thumb, index. I'm just going to do that second half over and over. Thumb, middle, thumb, index. Thumb, middle, thumb, index. If I put the 2 together, pinch, thumb, index, thumb, middle, thumb, index, pinch, thumb, index, thumb, middle, thumb, index, pinch, thumb, index, thumb, middle, thumb, index. You got to get used to that alteration with the thumb. let's take a look at a G chord. The C chord is the same except that my bass is on the 5th, but the alternate pluck is still that 4th string. Okay, so now I know you just can't wait to find out, what do we do with the D chord? What do we do when the chord is just on the top 4 strings? We take our whole hand and we move it up. So our index is going to pluck the 2nd string instead of the 3rd string, so the B string, and our middle finger is going to pluck the high string. The alternate note with the lowercase p is going to be the G string or the 3rd string, and then the bass note is going to be that 4th string. So same pattern, same exact pattern, but I've shifted my whole hand higher. That's how we handle chords that are just on the top 4 strings. So right in the middle of a progression, we'd have to change. This Travis pick works best when you don't have necessarily that happening where you have to jump to the top 4 strings, though sometimes it does sound okay. Sometimes it sounds like a big jump. I'm going to go ahead and put this into the pattern or into the progression G, E minor, C, and D. I'm going to give each chord two measures worth. So it'll be G will get 2 measures, then E minor with 2 measures, so on. So G, E minor, C, and D. And jump up for that one. Do it again. G, E minor, C, and D. Just like that. We'll go ahead and play it faster. That particular progression, that D, especially going from the D back to the G, just sounds so high. So, but otherwise, if you go back and forth between G and C, and then up to like a D7, it does sound somewhat natural, but it can be a little bit tricky going back and forth between those chords that just have 4 strings and then the ones that have all 6 or all 5. Really, it's just the ones that are on the top 4 is the one we have to change for, because we don't have the bass notes aren't on the 5th or 6th string. There isn't room without the 5th and 6th string, at least the 5th string, to be able to do it the normal way. So, okay, I hope you're having fun playing the guitar. Hope that helps. Take care. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. For more in-depth lessons and to progress through a free guitar course, check out my Guitar 101 series on YouTube and my guitar method books, which all come with access to hours of in-depth video lessons. You can find more information about me and my products at KristenBromley.com. Take care.